All right, hey man, I'll show you a graphic here in a second of what I'm using for the front end of this stuff, like I'm singing through or what the vocalist would sing through. But first, I want to show you what's going on here in the master, actually in this bus. Okay, so I've got a VocalRider here. This is the unit that I use. It controls volume. You don't have to worry about all those that volume automation. And sitting there putting a bunch of little marks in there and changing it. This will control. So if you've got a vocalist that's really, really loud at parts and quiet at others, they have no mic control, you can use this to offset their vocal stuff. Right now I've got it on smooth ride, and also you don't have to use compressor as much either. Waves makes a really real-time mono. They have this in stereo as well. It's actually, when you buy it, you get all the features. I use it in mono, obviously, because I'm doing recording. Right now it's just on default preset. It's an auto tuner. I set the note value. I leave it on generic. I don't bother trying to pick anything. I let it do it on its own. Leave the reference at 440. 15's a little hot. I normally do it between 1 and 5, but today, well, not today. When I did this, I did it at 15, as you can see, and never over 50% on note transition. You don't want the share sound or the TI. You know, that weird effect. Simple delay, of course, the one that comes with it. I use simple delay. Sometimes I'll use slapback. I like simple delay though because it's got tempo sync delay on there, and I like for it to carry through the notes. Last is the XvoxPro, and I think I've sent you all this kind of stuff, but this is a really cool unit. I usually set the gate high because I've got a lot of mic stuff, because I've got an amateur studio here. Got a little, halfway on compressor, de-esser to get rid of my little hisses, because I don't use a hush pad. Probably should. I always get rid of the bass, as you know. We just drop that out entirely. Add a little high to it. This tone's shaper. I use that one. It's got various ones, as you can see, different tones, vintage and clear. You can go through it all, but I use shaper on this one. Chamber for delay. Delay and reverb. And I keep that at kind of a minimum there. Reverb. Anyway, effects. It's got different ones on there. We can talk about that later. If you want to go into it, we can go into it. But I'm telling you, man, this is a good purchase. All right, so let me go ahead and X out of that. And let's get down here and get started with this thing. Here's the intro vocal part. Now play it with the music.
This world's on fire, a burning inferno of rage.
You get the gist. Let me go ahead and solo it out. These two are just running off of those effects that I showed you a little while ago, so let me just play that dry.
This world's on fire, a burning inferno of rage.
Okay. All right, that wasn't that important to me to show you. I just wanted to kind of give you an idea of what a standard vocal line goes. Now, here we get into where I was telling you that your help, what I call the Jeremy Holt influenced Ken Marshall method. So let me let you listen to this verse. And these are all repeated, and I'll tell you what I'm doing here. So first off, let's just hear it together. Okay. Okay, so there's that basic thing. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to solo out the lead track. Now, this vocal part right here is just going through those effects that I showed you earlier. So let's listen to that dry, well, not dry, but without the music.
Opium growth, annihilation, lifespans on decline, perpetuating cycle of abuse for socially inflicted crimes, slow but to dead society.
Okay, anyway, you get the gist, very ogreish. All right, so now let me show you what's going on underneath here. This one's a little weirder. Before I go any further, let me go ahead and pitch this thing real quick. This is the Xvox stereo vocoder, and I'm using Chromatic. I use Min Dream. Dream Coder is one I'm using right now. I thought it sounds really cool. Adds a really cool synth effect to everything, not just vocoder. So let me go and X that out. We can come back to that in a minute. But here it is. Here is that being used on the second part. And that's what I use in my backup. Mind you, both of these tracks are mixed down from a vocal thing that I did. So it's like actually 4 tracks on top of each other. They're not one solo sung through part. So here we go with the vocoder on it.
Growth, annihilation, life ends on decline, perpetuating cycle of abuse for socially inflicted crime, slow but to death society, life something to endure. waiting for a savior, begging for a cure.
Okay, which sounds pretty damn cool. No, watch these when they're coupled, man. It's so damn cool.
Utopian growth, annihilation, lifespans on decline, perpetuating cycle of abuse for socially inflicted crime. Slow but to death society, like something to endure. Waiting for a savior, begging for a cure.
Anyway, it came out really, really neat. But anyway, that's what I wanted to show you. Anyway, thank you for the tip to go check out Mr. Ken Marshall. Using the vocoder on there. I have not tried what he's done where he adds an external instrument like a guitar or anything. That's just the vocoder itself. Anyway, thanks for watching.